Hey everybody, I just want to talk to you real quick about something. Right now in America and just in our lives in general, I see a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, and I just want to talk to you something about something. It's called, it's healing. Everybody knows what healing is. We take medicine for it and different things like that. But I want to share with you some things that God showed me about healing. And we're not just talking about physical healing. That is absolutely an aspect of it, but it's also emotional healing, spiritual healing, um, the healing from bitterness and different things like that. But I don't want to take too long, but let me read you a story. It's found in Mark chapter 8, verses 22 through 26. It says, "They came to Bethsaida, and some people brought a blind man and begged Jesus to touch him. He took the blind man by the hand and led him outside the village. When he had spit on the man's eyes and put his hands on him, Jesus asked, 'Do you see anything?' He looked up and said, 'I see people. They look like trees walking around.' So once more Jesus put his hands on the man's eyes. Then his eyes were open and his sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly. Jesus sent him home saying, 'Don't even go into the village.'" I want to tell you something. When God heals, he doesn't have to do it twice. Okay? It says he touched a man's eyes twice. When Jesus touches, when he goes to heal and does a miracle, he doesn't have to do it twice. He doesn't, the first one was a mistake, or the first one didn't take, I'll have to do the second one. No, the first time wasn't a physical sight. He said, "What do you see?" "I see people, they look like trees." It wasn't that he barely had his eyes open and he can see, blurry. No. God was fixing a spiritual part, a faith part in him. He was healing that part. He had to build his faith up. The blind man had to build his faith up, and he had to see what he never saw before he could see like he never saw before. That's why Jesus did it twice. The first time was, can you see yourself being healed? Can you see people walking? Can you see things that you've never seen before? And when the man said, "Yes, I see it here," then God said, "Okay, you're ready. I'll heal you physically." And it wasn't even Jesus that was healing him. It was the faith of that man that healed him. Jesus just touched his eyes again. And I'm going to skip down here to, it says, "Don't even go into the village." You know why he told the blind man not to do that? The reason why he did that is because he didn't want him to be around all that doubt. And the blind man had just received his faith sight and his physical sight. And he didn't want him to go back to the old ways and have all the doubters and the guys who didn't believe and the naysayers, "Oh, you're not really healed, you're just faking it," or different things like that. So he wanted to make sure that blind man, kept his faith up. So that's why he wanted to don't go to the village where all the naysayers. You may not be able to hang around the same people you used to hang around. The unbelievers, the ones that don't believe in the healing, don't believe that Christ can heal you from physical or emotional pain. But God says, "That's what I want to do, but I had to first build your faith up." I prayed for someone not too long ago. He had a brain aneurysm, a clot, in his brain, and they said it would never be fixed, and you have to be careful. You never be able to do very much because you can have a brain aneurysm and die. And he's in his early 20s, just barely starting life. And I told him, before I prayed for him, I said, can you see your healing? Can you see your healing? And he said, "Yeah." I said, No. Can you see your healing? Can you see doing the things you did before? Can you see doing even greater things? Can you see yourself lifting up heavy things like you did before, lifting weights, doing things like that? And he said, "Yes." I said, now I could pray for you." And I prayed for him. And to make a long story short, he got great doctor's reports. He's healed. He's back in the work field doing what he wants to do. But you have to work on the faith part. In Isaiah 41:10, it says, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand." With my victorious right hand. I want to read it to you a different way. Don't be afraid, for he is with you. Don't be discouraged, for he is your God, or my God. He will strengthen me and help me. He will hold me up with his victorious right hand. Let's just jump down to Isaiah 53, verse 4 and through 5. Surely he took my pain and bore my sufferings. Yet I considered him punished by God, stricken by him, and afflicted. But he was pierced for my transgressions. He was crushed for my iniquities. His punishment that brought me peace was upon him, and by his wounds I am healed. If you're having problems with your faith right now, those are the scriptures you need to stand on to build that faith up. Isaiah 41:10 and Isaiah 53, 4 through 5. You have a blessed day, and if you would visit us online at www.echochurch.life. Follow us on our YouTube page, Facebook, Instagram, and if you feel led, you give. We can always use the money to start this thing. Once we get this quarantine thing mess out of the way here, and just remember, you can be healed, but it starts with building your faith first. Have a good day.